Recently, the world's oldest financial advisor was discovered to be living on the island nation of Zanzibar.
No, he's not to go to America.
He's come to the United States and has just completed a 6-day debriefing at the Wharton School of Business. I'm Sean Bailey, editor-in-chief of Horse's Mouth, and I'm pleased to announce today that he's here in New York City in our offices for his first live exclusive interview with Horse's Mouth. Sir, welcome.
Thank you.
Is it really true you're 5,000 years old?
That's right. I'm 5,000 years and 11 days old.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
No, happy birthday. It was 11 days ago. You missed it.
Well, I mean, if I'd known...
Well, you didn't know, and you didn't do nothing then, so forget it. Ask the question.
Okay, well, I think people want to know, have you been an advisor for all 5,000 years?
No. I didn't start that way. I only started as a financial advisor at 36 years old.
Well, what did you do until 36?
Until 36, I was the same like my father and his father before him. I was a caveman.
A caveman?
Yeah, a caveman.
You actually lived in a cave?
No, I lived in a condominium. Of course I lived in a cave. I was a caveman. Schmendlick.
Did you enjoy being a caveman?
Well, no, not so much. It was a little boring, which is why I looked for a change in career.
Well, that brings up the issue of how you get clients.
Sure.
These days, advisors often get their first clients, many of them, through cold calling. They get on the phone, they call people they don't know, they convince them to come into the office for a live face-to-face meeting. You started many years before the modern era of telecommunications, so tell us a little bit about how you've got your early clients.
Well, we didn't have the telecommunications, but we had yellow communications.
Yellow communications?
Yeah, yellow communications. We yelled. Who wants to make money? Who wants to make a lot of money?
Really? So, before cold calling, there was cold yelling?
There was cold yelling. Well, listen, if we cold whispered, no one would have heard. So we cold yelled, murder on the throat, but you know, the people they heard, they come, no. Was
there even money back then?
Actually, no, there wasn't. Originally, there was no money. Mostly, we got paid in food.
In food?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. We got paid in food because then, you know, we didn't have the big supermarkets. We didn't have the Whole Foods. We didn't have the health foods. A lot of times, we didn't have no foods.
So, well, what would you eat?
Well, then we didn't have no foods. We would eat people.
You'd eat people?
Don't look so surprised. Believe me, Sonny, when you haven't eaten nothing for 3-4 weeks, the chubby guy in the cave next door, he starts to look pretty appetizing.
But wouldn't eating people tend to shrink the total pool of clients and potential clients?
Well, listen, we didn't eat our clients, and we would try not to eat the potential clients.
Who would you eat?
Personally, I like to eat mostly compliance people.
Compliance people?
Yeah.
Back then you had compliance in an era where people were eating one another? You had compliance?
Well, I said we were cannibals, but we weren't savages, please.
Well, I think the one big pressing question of the day, and that's this issue of too big to fail banks. Mm-hmm. I think people want to know where you stand on this issue. We slipped into this period of moral hazard. The banks can take on as much risk as they want, and yet they're totally protected from failure. And that has created, you know, the situation that we view as a moral hazard. What's your point of view on the moral hazard issue?
Yeah, I'm from the old school on the moral hazard. Back in the day, if the king was sleeping with Bathsheba while her husband was off fighting the war, that was a moral hazard.
Could you put it in the context of the modern, current international banking crisis? I mean, what's moral hazard in that context?
Well, today, I would say, if Ben Bernanke is making mufki pufki, if it's your wife, then you have moral hazard.
Okay, well, I think that's enough for today. And do you think you could come back another time, though, and share your insights with Horse's Mouth and all the advisors out there?
The advisors out there?
But, well, yes, of course. People turn to Horse's Mouth every day for guidance and insight.
Financial advisors?
Yes, right.
Watching this?
Absolutely, right there.
But my competition?
Well, I mean, think of them as colleagues.
Nah, colleague, schmolly, turn the thing off. Turn that off. You didn't tell me there'd be competition.
I want to thank the 5,000-year-old advisor for being here today. My name is Sean Bailey, editor-in-chief of Horse's Mouth, and have a happy and prosperous day.
No, don't. You should all not make any money. I want all the business.